Hello, we are Errantes Vitam. My name is Angelique Hughes. Errantes Vitam is a team of 8 that attends a small school, Makua Lani Christian Academy in Kailua Kona, Hawaii. First off, we'd like to thank our facilitating teacher, Mr. Frederick Herman, and our community who supported us in our fundraising goals. Our project is titled Errantes Vitam, meaning wandering life. This is, we felt, exactly what our project would entail. Joshua 1:9 says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." As we journeyed to Titan, this was our reassurance, as we traveled to St. Louis, literally, and Titan figuratively.
The Nomad cluster is a combination of the Taurus, Saturn's rings, and the moons Titan and Enceladus. These all work together to provide the resources for a self-sustaining colony. The Taurus is our main base, and it provides manpower. Saturn's rings provide water and rock used for building materials. Titan generates the nitrogen and hydrogen used for our plasma engines, and Enceladus is our main water source. As you can see here, this is a chart of the travel times between Saturn's rings, Enceladus, and the Titan base in reference to the Taurus. Everything is underneath 8 hours, which makes it very convenient.
So, for the purpose of communicating through space, laser-based communication systems prove to be optimal. It will be impossible to send a single beam to Titan without any hindrances, so the most ideal plan will be to set up a secure route of strategically placed relay stations between the Earth and the Taurus.
The centerpiece of the Nomad cluster system is the SS Exodus, which is a large stand for Taurus, about 2 kilometers in diameter. We decided to choose a Taurus shape because we decided that it provides the most benefits for what we want to accomplish, which is sustaining a large population. It will rotate nearly once a second in order to provide all the inhabitants with Earth-like gravity. We chose large size for a variety of reasons. For example, we had to make sure the gravity difference on the head and feet were within safe boundaries, or in order to provide enough space to accommodate a growing population, which at its maximum will be about 20,000 people. Because of its rotation, any weight imbalances will cause small amounts of wobble, which can eventually destroy the entire ship. We solved this problem by implementing a system in which water travels through pipes placed around the Taurus, which will offset any weight imbalances. We also decided to double the height of the Taurus because it will give us more room to do things like house extra systems and people within the ship. The Exodus also incorporates 10 spokes, which increase stability and allow travel to and from the central hub. A relatively small structure in the center that will receive small vessels in order to transport resources, and will also house the energy supply, a nuclear reactor.
The SS Exodus has 3 layers of shielding types for a total depth of 1 meter. These layers are hypervelocity particle ceramic shielding, multi-compartmental liquid hydrogen radiation and galactic cosmic ray shielding, and lastly, structural support and an insulation layer.
The SS Exodus and other subsequent tori will house a limited amount of genetic material. To prevent the spread of homozygosis, extensive genetic testing must be taken over all of the subjects that are placed on the Taurus. In addition, these subjects will consist of a wide variety of race and nationality. Although we recognize that certain ethical problems could arise with population control, it may deem itself necessary. In addition to this, we would also keep extensive records of lineage. Because there is limited genetic material on board the Taurus, a bank of excess genetic material will be brought on so that the population that will inhabit the Taurus will not consist of merely 10,000 ancestors.
One of the integral parts of the entire system will be our method of transportation, large Vatsmir plasma rockets. This rocket, which stands for Variable Specific Impulse Magnetoplasma Rocket, is a type of plasma rocket capable of transporting our ships at massively increased speeds compared to chemical rockets. It operates by ionizing gases, superheating them, and shooting them outwards using magnetic fields. It does require massive amounts of energy, however, which is why we decided to incorporate a nuclear power source. It is highly scalable, and its thrust and specific impulse can be changed when needed, so it is versatile and can be used for a variety of ships and vessels. Research on plasma engines has been in progress since the late 50s, and this specific model was developed by NASA's Franklin Diaz in 1977 and has since been developed by the American rocket company Ad Astra. Another important component of the Nomad cluster system will be the ARC ships, large rockets similar in scale to the Saturn V. These ships will be responsible for supplying the Exodus with material resources. They contain their own miniature artificial gravity systems, small toruses placed perpendicular to the body of the rocket. People will be able to lie down at the edge of these small toruses, and as they rotate, the artificial gravity created will allow them to be in space for longer without suffering the consequences of low gravity. They contain their own miniature pods as well. These are small mining vessels responsible for mining ice and rock from asteroids, Saturn's rings, and Saturn's moons.
Titan's main objective is to provide fuel and be the base of other industrial developments. One industry will be methane cracking. There are large deposits of methane on Titan, so we decided to convert it into hydrogen fuel to power our Vassamere engines. Because of Titan's extreme weather, we had to create a Titan suit. This suit is made of 3 different materials: Lycra-like fabric, hydrophobic material, and aerogel polymer. It was made to withstand temperatures up to negative 200 degrees Celsius, which makes it perfect because the average temperature on Titan is 179 degrees Celsius. We also tested this suit on Mauna Kea. During the test, inside of the suit was 86 degrees, and the outside temperature was 40. The Titan suit will be used for workers on Titan, and on Titan, solar winds do occur, but only during 5% of its orbit. We have made a Titan-based compound where a protective layer of hydrogen compartments protects inhabitants from solar wind. This will be a Titan safety requirement.
So on the Taurus, there will need to be an established source of oxygen that can be continuously replenished. About 15% of the oxygen on Earth originates from land-dwelling plants, while around 85% of that comes from the algae that grow in Earth's waters. So researchers have found that approximately 12 cubic meters of water and algae combined should sustain a crew of 6 astronauts. Using that calculation, 2 cubic meters will supply enough oxygen for 1 person. The SS Exodus at most will hold 20,000 people, meaning that if the colony is reliant on an algae farm, around 40,000 cubic meters will supply enough oxygen. So the population inhabiting the Taurus will also need a self-replenishing source of sustenance and nutrition. Sending thousands of pounds of soil into space is unfeasible. Thus, a more realistic system would be the development and maintenance of an aquaponic network. So aquaponics entail the symbiotic relationship between hydroponics and aquaculture. By growing plants in nutrient-rich water instead of soil, not only is waste reduced, but an interdependent system between fish and plants is created as well. We will be able to grow an immense variety of fruits and vegetables, in addition to the many species of fish which will thrive in these conditions.
Can we just cut? Education is the backbone of a society. It provides the future for the colony. In regards to this, when discussing the education system we wanted to provide the SS Exodus, we took into account mainly the educational systems of countries like Finland and South Korea, melding Finnish educational systems that focus on extracurricular activities and lessons learned outside of the classroom, and the South Korean focus and demand for high performance in education, with a focus on how teachers are regarded highly in both countries. One of the obstacles and dangers associated with long-term space travel is the effect it has on the human psyche. The human psyche is fragile, very attached to Earth's atmospheres and its surroundings. To prevent this from becoming an issue, we have decided to construct a forest on the SS Exodus. This forest, along with providing oxygen for the colony, would allow the people on the SS Exodus to be able to be somewhere that seems familiar. Studies have shown that people who spend time in the forest walking in nature have reduced stress levels. This would help prevent mental illnesses that would occur as a result of long-term space travel. Psychologists and psychiatrists would also be on hand to help with the treatment and diagnosis of mental issues.